Coriander is the most widely used herb in our planet, with a strong and penetrating flavor and aroma, lemony and pleasant. Originally from North Africa, it is known by many names such as Chinese Parsley, Dania, Anisileo coriander, European coriander, or Coriander Castilla in America. It is extremely versatile, and all its leaves, fruits, roots, and seeds are fully exploited. Especially its fresh leaves and dried seeds are used for its greatest culinary use. As a strong flavoring agent, its oil is used for liqueurs, digestive drinks, and as a complement for broth dishes and soups. It's also often used in perfumes and as a peculiar anti-pest agent around crops, in particular tomatoes and papayas. Due to its bactericidal properties, it's used to combat bad breath by chewing the lips. It also prevents armpit odor by applying the juice extracted from its softest part. It stands out as a unique antiseptic, preventing the growth of microorganisms. It's also worth mentioning its antifungal potential that prevents infections of all kinds of fungi. Like the vast majority of herbs, it offers a very high content of vitamin A, C, and K1, as well as minerals such as magnesium, manganese, selenium, folate, and calcium. But the main and magical property of coriander is that it can drastically reduce the intoxication of the body caused by heavy metals such as aluminum, mercury, lead, arsenic, and cadmium. Thus, it effectively assists the body to restore itself, to recompose, to restart in a natural way, which is really the most appropriate to any medication that will always degenerate into side effects. We can potentially improve the effectiveness of coriander when we combine it with a green juice of spinach, cucumber, and lemon, and if we also add some ginger, all the better because ginger promotes circulation. This special kind of green juice, taken once a day, will produce a truly healthy change. Many reputable doctors have called it the poor man detoxification, because to achieve these same effects, according to a treatment with syringes and medical specialists, could cost a lot of money using the therapy known as chelation. Detoxification with coriander, then, is to date the most effective and economical detoxification that exists in the world around. This fabulous detoxification was discovered by the Japanese doctor Yoshiaki Omura, working at the Heart Disease Research Foundation in New York. He had patients who never got better. He began to suspect that it was because their bodies were full of heavy metals that were poisoning their bodies, preventing proper oxygenation and enzymes and mitochondria to make the metabolism work properly. Our body is definitely not designed to deal with those heavy minerals that are up to 8 times denser than water, especially mercury, which combined with lead is a super poison, very harmful, because in a general way it delays the growth and development of the organism, and in a particular way it damages hearing and speech. Even aluminum has a lot to do with diseased neurons in Alzheimer's patients. So, when they do an autopsy, they find their brains heavily loaded with aluminum. But Dr. Omura observed that some patients who were not improving at all had amalgams, that is, plasticizers in their mouth. So, he did a study to measure how much mercury was in their tissues and took it to a dental treatment. He began to extract all the mercury with an air suction aspirator together with pressurized water and a protection with rubber walls. Yes, a strict protocol to remove the amalgams without allowing the poisonous mercury to spread throughout the body. However, after removing them, even more mercury appeared in his livers, lungs, and kidneys. He then realized that this way of extracting them was not conveniently adequate, He performed countless experiments, and one day, one of his patients gave an exaggeratedly low level of mercury. He asked him what he had eaten during the last 15 days. Well, he had eaten a type of Japanese soup that concentrates and condenses quite a lot of coriander. Thus, he understood that coriander can naturally expel harmful metals from the body. The research concluded that metals always lodge in between tissues, especially in fatty areas, and coriander has this magical and unique property to extract them and then expel them very easily through urine. In only 3 weeks of using coriander in a half cup well-pressed combined with cucumber, gherkin, celery and spinach once a day, it was possible to reduce incredibly in 95% the levels of mercury, lead and aluminum. The world's industrial and mining activity continues to dump toxic metals into our environment that affect us. With urine tests, we can know our exact levels of metals in the body. Although coriander is our powerful ally against its contamination, it's worth mentioning today the products of mass consumption with the highest and lowest exposures to this fatal pollution. Seafood, especially very old and large fish, such as salmon, tuna, and saltfish, are those that concentrate alarmingly many more metals. As for land-based foods, the most contaminated are rice and the whole wide range of cereals. Among the products containing the most aluminum are some antacids, astringent healing agents, anti-inflammatory and anti-hemorrhagic products, as well as aspirin, food additive, deodorants, and cosmetics. Among the products most contaminated to mercury are certain thermometers, dental amalgams, batteries, jewelry, burning coals, fluorescent lamps, paints, and blood pressure gauges. Another important dangerous metal is lead. Lead is found in a great many paints of all kinds. It's also found in ceramic and glass dishes, water pipes, canned food containers, solder, and many cosmetics. It's worth noting the current existence of different eco-friendly options for consumer products, many of them with improved levels of environmental challenge and human health. For example, we can highlight, among others, the new gallium thermometers, God's glass dental amalgams, lithium, silver and alkaline batteries, and new brand non-synthetic ecological paints. Exploring amazing things based on true story.